Hello. I just want to make sure that I can do that chat. What's going on, party people? Please share this as nobody's getting notifications. And everybody got kind of bent when they didn't know I went live. Nice catch. Freaking Finnick. He refuses to jump, but he'll crawl up the couch. So weird. Pardon me. Are you guys seeing this? Hit 1. If anybody's chatting. Oh, crap. Hey, Nani. I'm good. How are you? I know it's late. I was supposed to go on at like 9:30, but... Hey, lady. How are you, my love? Not much. We're just going to chit-chat. Going to catch up on some stuffs. Well, then go to bed. You old lady. Oh, no, Nani. I hope you feel better soon. There's some light for y'all. Gotta mute the TV. Otherwise, I'll get strikes. Where's the freaking mute button? There it is. Oh, yuck. Everybody's been kind of blah the last few days. I'm plugging in. Hi, monks. Who wants to see the puppers? Here he is. Weirdo. Come here. Get out of there. Come on. Good boy. Oh, mama, good boy. Oh, mama's good boy. He's gotten so big, right? He's mouthy, though, and I don't like it. As someone says, like, share, and subscribe, please. He is cute. It's the only thing that saved his life a couple of times. Hi, Piggles. Yeah, but get out of there. That's mine. Thank you very much. Say hello, peoples. They are so cute. Say hello. Yeah. No. You stay right here. Granny's trying to put her feet up. And there's the Piggles. He is about... hold on. He is about 9 weeks. Sorry, I know I'm covering the camera. Come on, Finn. Come on. I got it, Mom. Come on, Finn. Ugh, there we go. Come on, Pig. Down here. Pig, come on. Down here. Pig. Ugh. Trying to get my mom comfortable. Yeah, he's not even 2 months yet. He might be. We only got him about a month ago. And I think she kind of fibbed as to how old he was because there are certain markers that tell me otherwise. Thank you, Shannon, for telling me and teaching me stuff. He is big. Well, he is half Border Collie, half Argentinian Doggo.
How come you're black and white?
Because I wanted to be black and white. Yeah, no, it's a filter.
Oh.
Like what? My mom doesn't understand we can do filters now here on live stream. So watch this one. This one's fun. This one's fun. Bubbles. And it kind of smooths out my face. I just got a shower. My monks.
Look at the bubbles.
Isn't it cute? Oh, what else? What other kind of... Okay, so the rest of these are kind of creepy, not gonna lie. There's this one, party lights. Ooh, disco. Then there's this one. That's kind of like a rainbow, hey, tripping out on LSD kind of thing. And then there's this one, which, meh, it's all right. Then this one, which is like, you know, old school film type thing. And there's this one, which I actually kind of like, not gonna lie. This was almost like the filter I used to use all the time on Instagram. And then this one right here, which isn't bad. This one is, I don't really care for it. This one's scary. Holy trippy balls, Batman. I don't know what they're trying to do with that. And then there's this one, which is Hello Brightness. Hey, Shispa. Let's go back to the other black and white. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah, it was this one. I like this one. This one's not bad. So what's going on, people? There are things that I do want to address, but I'll wait. Because unlike other people, I have a life. So there's that. Actually, Mara, that you're here, now that you're here, I actually want to ask you a question because you're one of the few people that has been there since pretty much Jump Street who would call me out on my bullshit if I said something that was completely out of line. You and Jan and Shannon, my mom, and a couple others, right? Did I ever once say that a particular other YouTuber would rape and kill my child? Did I ever say those words? Did those words ever come out of my mouth? Hey, Frog. Oh, God, migraines are the worst. I know how that feels, honey. You've been dealing with that since yesterday, though. Have you, Thank you, Shispa. Appreciate that. And I'm glad, you know, live replay will go. And this other person, when we had our phone discussions, I know it was said, but not by you. You reacted to what was said. Well, there were emails that were said, that were sent. But someone had said him, and I said, absolutely not. I don't think it was him, but those words never came out of my mouth. That it was him that sent it. But we actually discussed that ad nauseum, actually, and he never said that I said it. He didn't think for one single solitary second I said it, because if I had, there would be no discussion between him and I. Ever. Because that is, you know, right up there with the accusations of Peter Mon. So, let's get that out of the way. Sorry, I'm like super, super, super shiny, by the way. Just did skincare. I forgot to put my phone on D&D, so I'm getting a whole bunch of Twitter alert things. Froggy, why don't you go lay down, put a cold compress on your head? Have you been doing that? Are you on a preventative? I don't think, honestly, if this person was going to troll, I don't think he'd go after kids. Mainly because he has a child. So, as far as I'm concerned, if one does that, then that leaves them open for trolling on their particular child. So I don't particularly think, hey, AJ, that he would say something like that. What have you got? Oh, he killed Sean's nubby ball, huh? Nubby ball? Like, he killed it.
That's the one I told you that we popped.
Hey, Vanessa. No, you never told me you popped it, but it's okay.
Oh.
It's all good. I gotta see if I can.
Doing the same thing with Seamus.
Yeah, Seamus did kill a bunch of balls. Speaking of balls, his dropped finally, so I can finally, you know, start the countdown as to when I can get that done. I want to have popcorn. I really don't feel like making anything, so I'm really not that hungry right now because I really don't feel like making anything. Oh, pickles. Okay, this right here, Mom, has disaster written all over it. It was on the coach. Even though someone else was throwing shade and blaming that person of trolling kids, after we spoke for a minute, I came to believe that he didn't do all the crap. I don't think so either. Like, I think right now it's the honeymoon period yet again. And in a few weeks, we're going to hear all about the drama and how, you know, he was lied to, he was deceived, he was this, he was that. And from her, he's such an abuser, he's such a womanizer, he's such this, he's so that. That's what I think about that. But it's funny how, you know, it's been known, and I have no qualms about it, that I did receive payment from my mother's medical insurance for taking care of her. I have one, but I've been allergic to the one I've taken. Oh, yuck. Whatever, they're a toxic couple and they do not bring out the best in each other. But that's their circus, their monkeys. But what's funny is how she said that every conversation that was had between him and whoever was completely genuine. But then before that, they said that it was all, you know, done on purpose to try to quote unquote get information. So it's like, I never know if I'm coming or going with, well, mostly with her. He's never said anything. He's never attacked me. He's never called me out as far as I know. It's her. Pink Himalayan salt does work a lot. I use that for my restless leg. I use that a lot, especially in my feet. Yeah, it is always her. So what's funny to me is how she says, my parents pay the rent. I don't work. I don't this. I don't that. It's funny how she can comment on my life, but I'm not allowed to comment on hers. That my emotional state, well, there was nothing on my feet. Okay, well then, hey, it probably wasn't. Hey! Stop. Then it probably wasn't said. I'm going to be honest. But it's funny how she'll white knight for him. Stop. Chill out. She'll white knight for him, you know, and it's funny because he doesn't need it. But what kills me is how she can comment on my life and my mental health. It's good. Sit. No. Down. 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 My mom hurt her rib. Or her muscle, her pectoral muscle. I'm not really sure. Get down. Finish. Stop. Here. Ugh. Take this. Go. Go play. But what kills me is, oh, my parents pay for this. I don't work. This, that, and the other. It's funny to me how I don't work. But yet, oh, and we've always stayed in the same apartment. We never moved. And I never moved. Yes, I have. I had to prove it to myself and to my family that I could do it on my own if I so chose. But my mother's health is declining, and it's getting to the point where, yes, my father is working, but she also needs care. It's getting to the point where she can't take care of Sean. Yeah, exactly. And what actually really pissed me off was, one, that I, in her opinion, I never had the quote-unquote breakdown that I did have. That I was literally in Massachusetts hiding behind my couch because I couldn't mentally handle it anymore. Was trying to find someone because I thought Sean wasn't safe with me. Try to find someone who Sean could go with. But yet, that didn't happen. I know you did. You did, Rory did, Shannon was there. Not to mention the numerous times that the cops were called to my house. DCF showed up. It was a mess. So, fuck you on that because you have no idea. I actually tried being nice to you, and so did my mother during this entire situation with him. And you said it was much appreciated. I think I was on the phone one day when you got... Yeah, you were. You were on the phone when I had gone upstairs, went to go grab something. You and I were on the phone, and the cops walked into my fucking house because they were knocking at the door. And I was upstairs and didn't hear it. So please. Bitch, please. It's impossible to prove a negative. It's impossible to prove that you didn't do something. But yet, I flipped the fuck out because they just walked into my house. That was the last day. That was the last day. They showed up and I went down the next day with 2 thumb drives full of shit. But that's neither here nor there because the people that were involved in that we squashed everything, which is fine. But it kills me how she can sit there and talk shit, but the minute anybody has any time to retort, you're beating a dead horse. You're doing this, you're doing that, but didn't you just do the same thing? But anyway, Finnick, stop. And yes, we changed his name to Finnick.
He hates me.
He does not hate you. He's just being, this is his witching hour. Well, that's the thing. She needs to get a fucking life. Like I said, she can be a quote-unquote grandma to those kids all she wants.
It's not always like the
Right? She can claim fame to that all she wants. More power to her, because babies can't have more. You can never have too many people to love a child, or 2 children, or 3 children, whatever. That doesn't matter to me. But again, I take care of my mom. I do work full time, and then I come home and I take care of her, or take care of the things that she physically can't do that day. Laundry, taking her where she wants to go, etc., etc. Is she able to walk? Yes, for now. Is she able to take care of my son? Yes, because he's not an infant. He's relatively self-sufficient. Exactly. But the way she was carrying on, you would think that she birthed them herself. And just because I received payment from my mother's health insurance to take care of her does not take away any of the fact that I still do take care of my mother, and I'm not getting paid now. I get paid for the job I do, but I don't get paid by her insurance company right now to take care of her. I still do it because that's my job. Exactly, you supervise. You make sure that they don't fucking set the house on fire. You make sure that they're not sticking knives and forks into electrical sockets. You entertain them. You teach them. You do all kinds of things. But they can go and get their own drinks. They can go and get snacks if they're at their level. A lot of the times, Sean is playing with his toys or his tablet or wants to watch a movie. All she has to do is press a couple of buttons or sit down at a table that she can sit at. Exactly. But yet, I don't see you or your son putting your husband into a home. Now, if her mother is so far off with whatever she's got going on, I think it's Alzheimer's disease, I'm not sure, or some other debilitating. I'm good, Mel. How are you, honey? I'm sorry, but my grandfather, who was in the middle of getting hip replacements, etc., took care of my grandmother until she died. Till she died. The state wanted to put her in a home. he said, fuck you, she's staying home. So how is it that someone who's not in their 60s and 70s took care of a woman, picked her up, brushed her hair, doing this, doing that, can do it, but you can't? How are you feeling, Melly? I love you, and I've missed our chats, girlfriend. I'm just... the sun set to my grandmother as far as my grandfather was concerned. But it's like, I understand there are certain times that decisions have to be made in regards to family members and their safety. But if you're home with her all the time, and as a caregiver, hey, finally, people who, got my notifications. This is awesome. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. You were hurt. Someone by the last name of Duncan. Not saying her name. Oh, and by the way, sweetheart, I don't care if I have 6 people or if I have 600. Numbers don't matter to me. Maria! How are you, my love? I just love the fact that this person thinks that they know my life. I don't know her life, but what she does put out for public consumption, you didn't get a notification? Okay, you guys, real quick. If you flip the screen and you see Tanya Elizabeth subscribed and then there's a bell, double click that bell and actually read it. It should say some notifications, all notifications, no notifications. Because they changed it yet again, YouTube. Let's, break shit that ain't fucking broken. Asshats. Well, but she doesn't watch anything. She never watches it at all. She just hears from people. Honey, I will be the first to admit, I watch your shit when when you bring me up. I fully expect you to respond. See, the other reason why it's taken me a couple of days is because, I have a life. And you've been so blessed to not be able to work your entire life. But yet, you said you sold a multi-million-dollar company, so which is it? Today I spent the day reading the news about the kids being taken from their parents at the border. Yeah, I got some tweet notifications. I have to look into that because that's here in my state, and I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, she said at one point that she was involved with some business that she sold for, it was a multi-million-dollar business that her and this other person sold. But then on the flip side, she says she's never had to work. Which is it? Also, to she who must not be named. Where is the proof that Corey was a prostitute at Denny's? Where is the proof for any of your accusations that you have made against Kat, Rory, and Corey? I hate that maybe because I'm a Canadian, don't know much, lol, but if you don't want people coming in, send them back to Mexico. Don't separate families. You do have to work to build a multi-million-dollar company. You have to work to build a freaking $100 company. So I don't get it. But I would like to see the proof. But see, according to her, she owes us nothing. Okay, but yet you want everybody else to show you proof. So, yeah, there's that. Also, I would like to state publicly that at the time when I offered to be the quote unquote intermediary with this quote unquote debate that Kat wanted to set up, right? At the time, I had no dog in the race. I was friendly with your man. I'm friendly with Kat. I'm friendly with Rory, and I'm friendly with Corey. Just because I'm friends or friendly with people does not mean I can't be unbiased. See, that's the whole point of being a friend. If Mara did something fucked up, I'd say, Mara, that was really fucked up. You really shouldn't have done that, or you really shouldn't have said that. And vice versa. Any of these people would hold me accountable if I said some fucked up shit. And they have. On a couple of different occasions. But yet, you can't hold yourself accountable, let alone anybody asking you to be held accountable. So when I say I watch your stuff, it's called, you go to periscope.tv/whoever's name. Oh, she must be. She has to be. See, she doesn't have a life. I tweeted out a few hours ago to see if people wanted me to go live and we could chit chat. Because I also wanted to talk about that non-apology that Jackie Ina fucking posted on her Instagram story to Petty Page. That was the biggest fucking piece of shit cop-out apology I've ever seen in my life. Ever in my life. She lied and spread to 2.3 million people. And however many people who actually viewed it before she took it down. I was one of them. But see, that's the thing. Everyone, everybody, everyone, all the people she talks to have never come out publicly and stated, Kat, you're wrong. This is what happened. Rory, you're wrong. This is what happened. Corey, you're wrong. This is what happened. All of these people she talks to behind the scenes have not once called her, any of these other people, out on their bullshit. Why is that? Everybody else has to be held accountable. Everybody else has to show quote-unquote receipts. Everyone has to show proof. But her? Fuck out of here with that. Get the fuck out of here with that. It's bullshit. And she can sit there and call whoever a pussy. She can, you know, say that I'm lying about whatever. But she can go crazy. She can be crazy all she wants. Because, see, I don't give a fuck. Oh, Lindy's been talking about me. She says that, you know, she takes up space in people's minds. Sweetheart, I didn't watch that scope until... When did I watch it? I watched it... What's today, Monday? I think the day that you posted it. I think the day that she went live, I watched it. I can't remember if it was that day or the day after I watched it. And I laughed throughout the entire fucking thing. Well, here's the thing, Maria. She blocks everybody she talks shit about so they can't go in there and call her out on her bullshit. If you're going to talk shit about somebody, at least don't have them blocked. Maybe you could even have a civil conversation. Because, see, I could have a civil conversation with her, but could she with me? Probably not. Probably not. Let's be real here. Wait, she said she should charge rent for the space she takes up in our heads, but she's renting space she pays, not the other way around. Exactly. So, what is it? You know, I don't even bother to look. It's too much with her energy. So, it is very negative. But I like to know what people are saying about me, especially publicly. If you don't want people to know, then you talk shit in private. It's simple. You talk shit in private, and guess what? You don't have drama. see, people want to call my mother the parrot. Oh, yeah, you're such a troll, Vanessa. Everyone who calls her out is a troll. Everybody who calls her out, who asks her for proof, is a troll and gets blocked. Simple. It's simple math. Anybody who wants to hold you accountable, just block them, and then guess what? They're a troll, and you move on. But it's funny how she says, I have the chat shut off because I'm easily sidetracked. No, that's not why. That's not why you have your chat shut off. You have your chat shut off because a lot of people would call you out on your bullshit, and you don't want to deal with it. Because that's the entirety of your stream would be people calling you out and you blocking them. That would be your entire stream. So moving right along. I am so excited. Karma finally had her kittens. Oh my god, they're so cute. And especially now that they're dry and they're not wet and full of yuck. I have never had any other account, and I don't ever go around talking shit to others. No, you don't. And that's the thing is, I've talked to quite a few of you guys in private, and I am so glad. I am so glad that I ended up in, you know, Cat streams or Corey streams, or because I would have never met Vanessa. I would have never met Frog from Nick. I hope he gets her spayed now. How the heck did Karma get pregnant? Well, here's the thing. Karma got pregnant probably the day Nick picked her up, or the day before. Because Vanessa took her. She was out by a dumpster by her work. And she was so sweet. And so, that's that. Hey, what about you? Oh, I love you. You know that. You've been there. You're OG. You've been there since the beginning. AJ, you have no idea how crazy this bitch is. Yeah. Well, anybody who's given birth knows it's tiring. Well, okay, so Jackie. Why is it so dark? Because I'm sat outside. Because I was smoking, and I'm thinking about smoking another one. Because I'm tired. I am so tired. It was a long day today. How you doing today, Heather? My love. And I'm sorry I missed your scopes yesterday. But I'm so excited. Yay. Oh, I know you're tired. It's tired growing a baby. Everybody's pregnant. It's making me want to have a baby. It's making me want to have another baby. But I've got too much on my plate right now to even think about that. Oh, stop it. Miki told me she wants a baby. Baby sister for her birthday. I know. Oh, stop it, Maria. You know what? I never thought these words would ever come out of my mouth, but I am so happy about the person Nick is now and who Nick is now. I am so happy. I had one baby, she's enough, she's 17, drives me crazy. Well, Sean's 5, and he has been on me about having a baby sister. He wants a baby sister. I may have to drive to Orlando to pick out a kitten. I would, honestly, I'd get with Nick and see if that's even a possibility. Of 2, my daughter is only 20 and already made me a grandma. Well, Mel, things happen. I was just told by YouTube that I need to take a break with messaging. Yeah, if you send too many messages at once, they see it as spam. I'm so desperate for a grandkid. Don't be desperate, Maria. You know what? My mom never... Because I told my mom flat out because of my health issues, she was going to... You know, I don't think I was going to be able to give her a grandchild. And we kind of had just come to grips with that and really dealt with that. um, when I found out I was pregnant. And it was one of those things that, because I had been told for so long that the chances of me staying pregnant were slim to none. It was not a problem getting pregnant, it was a problem staying pregnant. And when we got to when I got to the second trimester and it was still holding on, I was super scared. I was borderline high risk. My cervix was borderline incompetent. They wanted to go in and do a cerclage, and I told them to go kick rocks. Girl, my mom had my brother at 43, and you were so you. Yeah, but here's the thing: if Sean's 5, I don't. If by the time that he's 7 or 8, because that's a huge age gap as it is anyway. If by the time he's 7 or 8, I haven't met anybody, I'm gonna say, you know what, it was a one and done. And maybe I'll meet someone that has, kids of their own and they don't want any more children, and he'll have stepbrothers or sisters to be with him. It's just a thought that kind of comes and goes through my mind every once in a while, where it's like, damn, man, that's a problem I'm having. Not supposed to keep this baby, but I can't. Exactly. Yeah, it's like having only two kids. It's hard. Mine are almost 10 years apart. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Honestly, I wouldn't be so scared to do it if I didn't live so far away from a hospital. My labor and delivery, especially for my first, was very fast. There's no way you're 50. Shut the fuck up. No way. Nope. You look too young. Nope. No, ma'am. There's no way you're 50. No way. Sorry, don't believe it. It's one of those things. No, I delivered naturally. The epidural worked really good. And I could, no, I don't believe that. Sorry. Don't believe it. Nope, I think you're lying. Hey, Corey. I had him naturally, but he tore me up. So that's the reason why I'm scared. I lost a lot of blood. So what's going on, Corey? I'm going to have to actually have a hangout one night, not just go for a live stream, and have Corey and Mara and Frog and everybody on. That's awesome. Well, it wasn't so much that they told me that if I got to, what was it, 24 weeks without having to have a cerclage, then I would probably be able to have him naturally. If I would have had to have a cerclage, the chances of me having to go have a C-section were astronomical. And Mara, I hear you on the blood loss. I almost needed a transfusion. That's how much blood I lost. Because his shoulder, because when they turn the baby to finish the delivery, it's to help mama out and not tear them up. Because they're delivered face up. And, well, they come out face up and then they turn them. Sean decided he didn't want to wait anymore, and he just kind of pushed himself out. So, yeah. I didn't get that bonding moment of right after they're born where they're put on my chest and all that. It was funny, though. Speaking of Frankenpuss, what's funny is the doctor looked at me and she says, I can give you an extra stitch, And I said, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. But I can still, it's like a phantom pain. I was nearly in a full standing position with Shane. Jesus. See, I labored a lot at home because they would not give me a walking epidural. Wow. They would not, the hospital I was at did not believe in a walking epidural. It was either you had an epidural or you had nothing. The hospital I wanted to deliver at, I couldn't, because I wanted to actually try to do a water birth. Because it's better for mom and better for baby, and you don't have to, and it's less painful. Really? No, I remember the labor pains, that's for sure. I had to have 2 epidurals. The first one wore off and halfway through. Let me tell you. See, they're trying to see if there's a correlation between women who have epidurals and having nerve damage after the fact and nerve issues. I felt labor pains. I did. And I'm a huge freaking pussy when it comes to pain. I labored at home from 2 until, because there was a doctor on that I did not want anywhere near me. So I labored until, and stayed home until 8 a.m. And I walked into L&D and found out if she was still on. And, nope, she wasn't on. Well, it's more so the fibromyalgia that I'm thinking maybe also got triggered by the epidural. But I had been having epidural type symptoms, or fibromyalgia symptoms before that. What did Corey say? Yeah. For the first one, they threatened to hook me up to an IV to keep me in the bed. I can feel the spot where they put it, if that's weird. I can feel like, almost like it's not a lump, but something's off. I am such a pussy when it comes to pain that I will take whatever they'll give me. That was my birth plan. I almost had my son in the parking lot. Once I got upstairs and in the bed, they nurse checked me and said, push. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, like I said, I don't want to say a lump because it's not a lump, but I can feel where they put it, and it's just totally weird. But it was funny because my mom with my brother, we were over at a friend of hers house, and she had this really, really comfortable armchair, and the woman happened to be a retired or a former nurse or something along those lines, and she was watching my mom, and every time my mom would have a contraction, she would squeeze this arm of the chair, and then she'd be fine. Well, this woman, Julie, looked at my mom and said, your contractions are about 2 minutes apart. You may want to go to the hospital, because she was watching her hand and keeping the time. My mom almost had my brother in the car. Yeah, that's how close that was. With my mom, they literally had to cut her clothes off of her so they could deliver. Yeah. 2 weeks early. I thought I just had to poo really bad. Yeah, exactly. That's what they say, too. It feels like the urge to push feels like you gotta poop. Oh, honey, do you know what I did? I knew that the hospital food was gonna suck. So I ate up until right before I left. I had my cup of coffee, I had food, because I knew that once I got hooked up and everything was ready to go, I was not going to see a stitch of food until after he came out. And these fucking assholes forgot to feed me. Because I'm not a complainer. So, when it comes to, hey, I haven't been fed, but they forgot to feed me. How can, that's the one thing I don't understand, is how can someone not know they're pregnant? A lot of women actually do. The majority of women do poop when they're pushing. The doctors and the nurses just don't say anything. They just clean it up. But yeah, most of the time people poo when they are pushing out. Wow. Well, yeah, because you had a C-section. But these fuckers forgot to feed me. Fucking assholes. But yeah, so I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like, ugh, I would love to have another baby, but I know the work that goes into it, and I'm like, And she was like working like mad, totally not live. Oh, yeah. Said if I had trouble sleeping, I should plus minor smoke controlling. I don't do any of that. Well, it was funny because the last trimester, I was having a real hard time sleeping, and I was telling the OBGYN that, and they said, oh, take some Benadryl. It'll make you sleepy, because I also had pups. I had that pregnancy rash, and I was itchy as, oh, God, it was awful. Yeah, I did not know you could request to go home early. All right, good night, Heather. I'm going to actually be getting off of here soon anyway. I'm exhausted, and I need to eat something. You're allergic to Benadryl? It was quite late. Love you too, Heather. Who is 8 pounds? Oh my God, you gave birth to a large chicken. Oh, wow. But yeah, I'm sorry, but Jackie Ina's apology was bullshit. I just have to put that out there. I think she needs to put out a video saying that she has no proof that Paige did anything. See, I was 40 weeks, didn't smoke, didn't do any of that, right? Sean was still just under 7 pounds. And he was literally born at 40 weeks on the dot. I am Team Petty all the way. Oh my God, you guys gave birth to small turkeys. I called him my little loaf of bread for a long time because he was so little. Well, Petty Paige. Fucking Jackie Ina, man, and that bullshit. She owes Paige at least a video. So tiny. He was 6 pounds, 12 ounces. He was so small. And he was 18 inches long. Oh, so tiny. Yeah, I never ended up either. I was like, when they first did the blood test for it, it was a 2 points that they have a guideline that if you're within this certain blood sugar range, you need to go and get the 3-hour test. I ended up having to take that fucking nasty drink just for them to say, oh, you don't have gestational diabetes. It was just, an off day. I told them what I ate before they took my blood. And I told them, I said, shouldn't we wait a couple of hours to let my blood sugar, because it was a big breakfast. It was like full of, I think it was either waffles or pancakes or something. It was a huge breakfast, and it was a ton of sugar. And they wanted to do it then anyway. Oh, that drink is awful. Even when you refrigerate it, it's so gross. But seeing as though everybody's going to freaking clock out, I'm about to clock out. I gotta get something in my stomach, though. I am going to try to do another live stream probably Thursday, maybe Wednesday. So, but it's been fun. I love y'all. Mara, I'll try to call you in the morning. Mel, we've got to chat. I miss you. All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all on the flip side. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. Love y'all. Mwah. Good night.